How does one actually become the Pope? Given the secrecy of the proceedings, we know only the scantest details about what goes on a day-by-day basis, but here's what we do know and what you can expect if you're watching from home. Technically, the only requirements to become Pope are that you're a baptized male Catholic. You don't even, strictly speaking, have to be a cardinal or a bishop, even a priest. If the cardinals wanted to get together and all write in Trent Horn, they could. But in reality, the last time anyone other than a cardinal was elected was in 1378, so almost certainly be a cardinal. In fact, the ballots, what are called scrutinies, they contain the names pre-written of all the cardinals, both those over and under 80, so anybody else would be literally a write-in candidate. And of course, it's not enough that you get one cardinal to vote for you. What's needed is a 2/3 majority. Now, assuming that all 135 cardinal electors are able to participate, this means that the next pope will be the man that's voted for by at least 90 of the cardinals present. Now, how does that happen? The conclave proceedings are led by the most senior cardinal bishop. In this case, that's a 70-year-old Italian cardinal, Pietro Parolin. And once everybody is sworn to secrecy, once the master of ceremonies has given that everybody out the extra omnes, it's then time for the second of the two meditations. So whoever the cardinals choose is going to then preach to them on the issues facing the church, but also on the importance of choosing the next pope well. The preacher then leaves the conclave. Cardinal Parolin will then walk everybody through the instructions for how a conclave works. The cardinal electors, at the end of all of this kind of orientation process, will decide whether or not they think they're ready to vote or if they want to wait until day 2. Finally, the cardinal electors actually vote. If they're ready to vote on day 1, they can. If they do, they only vote once in the afternoon. But real earnest voting begins on the second day, in which there are 2 votes in the morning and then 2 in the afternoon or evening every day from there on until one candidate has 2/3 or more of the vote. And as you probably already know, after each round of voting, the ballots are then burnt. If a pope was not chosen, they're burnt black. If a pope was chosen, they're burnt white. But that's what we're going to be watching for from home. What is the smoke color? And then once we see the white smoke, we'll know we have a new pope. And I don't think we're actually going to be waiting too long. This system works surprisingly quickly. It becomes apparent whether a particular cardinal is appealing to a majority of cardinals or not, so it takes less time than you might imagine. Once a particular candidate has received 2/3 or more of the vote, the cardinal dean asks 2 questions. Number 1, do you accept your canonical election as Supreme Pontiff? He's actually free to say no. If he does, we're back to the starting point. Or if he says yes, we move on to the second question. By what name do you wish to be called? That then leaves the last, final, crucial step. The proto-deacon of the College of Cardinals will proclaim the famous Habemus Papam, we have a pope, announcement, announcing in Latin that we have a pope, what his given name is, what his surname is, and finally what his new papal name is.